Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the April 24th meeting of the Board of Oil, Gas, and Mining here in Salt Lake City. Want to welcome everyone, and I guess we'll proceed to our briefing session. Director Thomas.
Good morning, Chairman, members of the board. Thank you for your attendance and engagement this morning. During this briefing session, I just have a few things to update the board and on. First off, the division is planning a few legislative tours this year, as you may have heard. As we work through the process for the latter ones, I can say that the first one on May 21st is a go. We are going to be taking a number of legislators down into Moab to evaluate. It's a Bryan tour, legislative tour. I think the chairman's going to be able to attend on that. That's a one-day trip where we're going to go down and visit two of the operators down there, Intrepid as well as A1. Okay, there's some digging in the background. My apologies. We look forward to that, and we've had good engagement so far. That was moved from May 10th due to some legislative scheduling conflicts. I'd also like to give you an update on the House Bill 502 aggregate study. I have had some very good and engaging discussions with various stakeholders on that bill. We are working through evaluating a contractor to help us manage that workload as we move forward. Those funds become available on May 1st, and the division is going to be able to move forward. We anticipate providing our results, if not at least a robust update at the November interim committee before the 2025 legislature. Regarding the rulemaking, as you see on there, the R-649-9, the recycling facilities, House Bill 310 passed during the 2019 general legislative session, which modified the definition of solid waste and moved E&P waste facility regulation from OGM to the Division of Waste Management and Radiation Control. Since then, the division has been working with WMRC to draft rules that establish clear boundaries on the responsibilities of each agency. The proposed rules were jointly released to stakeholders last week, and operators on March 15th, and an open house was held at DEQ last week on April 17th, 2024. Agencies explained changes and let attendees ask questions. It was well attended. A public comment period is open now until May 3rd, and a stakeholder discussion is scheduled for May 9th. Timeline for that transition is available and has been emailed to the members of the board. House Bill 295 was passed during the 2024 general legislative session and addresses the board's regulation of water rights for produced water. The rulemaking changes the division would need to complete have also incorporated into this draft. Moving into general rulemaking updates regarding bonding, the division began the informal rulemaking process for oil and gas bonding in September of 2022 and has had 7 stakeholder meetings since then. We've also had participation from board members, Trust Lands, Utah Petroleum Association, and the Environmental Defense Fund. The division is evaluating and incorporating the feedback received at an April 19th meeting into a draft that we plan to have released by June 14th, if not sooner. The division would also like to publicly thank the stakeholders engaged in this specific process. It has a potential to be contentious, and it has been very civil and actually very positive. In the past few meetings we've had have been moved forward well. I think we're coming to a good consensus. Regarding Class 6 primacy, the division began working with a third-party contractor on our Class 6 primacy application to the EPA in September of 2023. In mid-October of 23, the division received a draft rule, which will eventually be R-644, carbon sequestration, within our administrative rules. The division has completed their review of the rule and returned it to a third party to complete the application packet. The division is asking for the rule to begin the informal stakeholder process, including up to 3 board members, and are hopeful to complete the initial rulemaking process and application packet by the end of the calendar year. Finally, pollution control. House Bill 373 passed during the 2024 legislative session and allows the division to assist the Division of Air Quality in confirming and issuing certificates for the installation of pollution control facilities on sites under the oil and gas program's jurisdiction. The legislation also grants the board's rulemaking authority to create a process for certificate evaluation under Utah Code Title 19. This bill becomes effective on May 1st, which gives the board 180 days to submit a proposed rule to the Office of Administrative Rules and begin formal rulemaking. The division has prepared a draft rule and an application form and is asking for permission to move forward with informal rulemaking processes. So that was a lot. We're happy to share a lot of this, obviously, by email with the board and any questions you may have before I move on to some of the other housekeeping items.
Could you send me just a summary of all those things we just went through?
Certainly, Chairman. I'll be happy to send that to you.
Thank you.
I'd also like to mention that we do have a notice of opportunity open for proposed rules that the board has notified regarding brain block. But anyhow, we do have a notice of opportunity out there we'll be happy to share as well if needed. Moving forward to next month's agenda and a division calendar. The May agenda so far has a number of dockets on it. Docket number 224029, docket number 224007, 224026, 224027, cause 47202, and docket number 224030, cause number 130. So dockets so far. Beyond the dockets, we don't have anything exceptional that I'm going to be discussing in the briefing meeting at this time, but something will come along, I'm sure. And just generally, our own John Rogers is going to be traveling to Oklahoma City at the end of May to participate in the Interstate Oil and Gas Compact Commission business meeting. He's thankfully old hat at that. That's where I first met him. He'll be exceptional there, and I would like to attend as well. Those are good folks, and the IGCC has provided assistance to all of the oil and gas states I've been involved with, and we want to continue that. But John will be representing the board and the division at that meeting in May from the 19th to the 22nd. Whew. Any questions?
Lots of things going on.
Let's
Just for the audience, the notice of opportunity to participate sets out the steps you go through in a compulsory pooling to notify the people out there and give them the opportunity to lease or participate. So people might want to review that.
Thank you, Chairman, for that save. I appreciate it. Good job.
No problem.
Thank you. With that concludes everything I have to present to the board this morning, unless you have further discussions.
Does anyone on the board have any questions or comments of Director Thomas? This is our opportunity for public comment also. Do we have anyone in the audience who would like to speak? Seeing none, I think we'll move on. Any other comments? We're going to move on to the formal part of our presentation. The electronic group needs about 5 minutes to switch over the YouTube feed, so we will reconvene at 9:20. Thank you.